Namaste. Good morning. So we will continue with our chakra study next week. I'm going to take a little break today. You may know when I teach my classes in person, the other way of being, I may or may not have a plan or an idea for the class, but always I'm watching to see what walks into the room. Who, of course, but how you are. And some of that is, my shoulder hurts, my hip hurts, or physical details. But some of that is also just watching the energy. And obviously I can't do that with you right now. So more of the task is going to fall to you to watch your energy. I was reading Claude Marichal this morning and reminded that the gunas are always shifting. The way things are, the external reality is always moving. And the usual human way of being is that sometimes we feel really great and sometimes we feel really bad and we vacillate, and sometimes we vacillate quite a lot quickly. And sometimes we feel energetic, and sometimes we feel sluggish. And if we are only oriented outward, we're at the mercy of this changing reality. So I was thinking I could have called this class "Observing What Is." We partly need to know what we are experiencing, and then knowing that there is one level. We can't manufacture the whole outer reality the way that we would have it. But we can do internal, we can observe internally and tune our internal environment. So we need to do this. We need to watch when we feel particularly good and when we feel particularly bad, both, because neither of those will stay. We're aiming for a steady existence. And was thinking, am I here as a buzzkill this morning? As your friend, no, I'm not. But as your yoga teacher, yeah, I am. Because if you're high, you're going to get low. So better to notice it, control it, and come to peaceful, calm contentment rather than be giddy. Okay, so let's go. We're going to start lying down on our backs to begin. Any back lying position you like. We're going to do a little relaxation to begin with, relaxation observation. So if you like a bolster behind your knees or a pillow behind your head, even if you're chilly, you could put something over you for a moment. And we're going to lie on the back, wherever you're comfortable. Your feet could be on the floor, or you could stretch your legs all the way out if your back feels good with that. Find a position where you really can be comfortable. Lying on the back. Adjust the arms so your shoulders are comfortable. Adjust the head so the neck is comfortable. And once you get settled, let your eyes close. We're first going to get into the body. Bring the attention into the body. So feel your heels against the floor. If your knees are bent, feel the whole bottom of the foot against the floor. Just observe. And let your awareness slowly travel up your legs. Notice if anything is noticeable. You have two legs. Do they both feel the same? It's okay if they do. It's okay if they don't. That's just different information. Feel your tailbone and the back of the pelvis and the sacrum. Let your whole leg, first your left leg and then your right leg, relax into the floor from the heel up to the pelvis. Other leg from the heel up to the pelvis. And soften the belly. And let your attention move up your back. And again, notice different portions of the back. How's the lower back? And two sides to the back, right and left. Do they feel similar, different? Any tension there? If your legs are outstretched and you feel some tension in the lower back, you might prefer to bend your knees or put a bolster under them. Continue to let your attention travel up the spine. Feel the mid-back, left and right. Can you feel your breath moving there? And then move up to the shoulder blades. Do they feel even? Do you need to adjust them a little bit to get them flatter and broader? Relax the shoulders. Then come up the front of the body in the same way. Start at the pubic bone. Feel the low belly. Is there any tension there? Can you soften it more? And how about in the solar plexus? Notice the two sides of the rib cage. The chest. Can you feel the ribs expanding with the breath in? Are they moving with the out breath? Bring your attention all the way up to the collarbones, to the shoulders. And bring your attention down to your left hand and then relax from the left arm up to the left shoulder. Bring your attention down to your right hand and relax from your right hand up to your right shoulder. And relax the neck. Soften at the front of the throat. Feel the back of the skull, the bottom of the skull, and then the very back of the head where you're touching the floor. Relax there. Soften in the jaw and in the temple, across the forehead. Relax your eyeballs down into the eye sockets. Soften your lips and your tongue inside your mouth. And let your lips close gently. Bring a gentle whispered ah sound into the throat. Actually, no, sorry, not yet. Before we go to the breath, just want you to take an internal inventory and see where your energy seems to be. On one end of the spectrum, the mind could be very active. That could be either agitation or excitement, anxiety, or energy. And it might be hard for the body to lie still if you have that kind of energy going right now. On the other end of the spectrum, you might feel very tired or sluggish. Could feel sad or even depressed, heaviness, slowness. On that end of the spectrum, it might be even hard to stay awake. Or perhaps the mind feels clear, It's fairly easy to relax, but you're awake. You feel calm, content, peaceful. Those are the three types of energy, the gunas, that are always in flux. So if you have more of the agitated, excited end of the spectrum, that's rajas. I'm going to start to breathe with a longer exhale than an inhale. And if you had more of the heaviness, you'll start to breathe with a longer inhale than an exhale. If you feel calm and focused and peaceful, I simply would like you to observe your breath. Just let yourself be in that calm, observant place. So if the energy is excited and the mind is moving a lot, concentrate on your exhale. Feel the belly pulling in. Make sure the exhale is complete. You can take a little pause at the end of the exhale. And then you'll just let the inhale come in naturally. If your energy is heavy, we're going to concentrate on the inhale. Notice the chest. Feel the chest open and expand. Take a moment with the breath in. And then just let the exhale be relaxed. Or if you feel calm and balanced, simply observe your breath. So observing what is, and then, yes, there is something you can do about it. If you're on the rajasic end of the spectrum, you can calm and cool the internal environment with the exhale. If you're on the tamasic, the heavy end of the spectrum, you can enliven and wake up the internal environment, warm it up with the inhale. So we'll add some movement to this. I'm going to bring the arms closer to the sides, and if it's comfortable, the feet a little more together. If it feels okay to have the legs outstretched here, then do. And we'll remain with that same bhavana, that same intention. If you want to energize, if you need to energize and lift up, make your inhale, emphasize your inhale. Feeling the chest, holding a little bit after inhale. If you need to calm down and ground yourself and get more steady, concentrate on your exhale. And we're simply going to inhale, float both arms up and back to the floor behind. And exhale, lower the arms back down to the sides. If you're feeling calm, balanced, centered, inhale and exhale, get equal attention. Inhale, raising the arms all the way up overhead. And if you need more groundedness, exhale and really pay attention to your belly pulling into the spine. You might even flatten your lower back as your arms come down. Inhale and lift up. If you need uplift now, stretch the chest open and pause for a moment with the chest open. And then just easily bring the arms down to the side. So we'll do that 3 more times. Please adjust to your own internal reality, striving to bring yourself to a more balanced, calm, peaceful, centered place. 2 more times. When you're done with those breaths, relax. Continue to observe. Notice the mind's ability, the mind's willingness to be reined in, to focus, to stay awake. The ability of the internal witness to observe what's going on and make the appropriate adjustments. And if you're not there already, now we're going to bend the knees. Have the feet on the floor in line with the sit bones with the knees bent. One armed movement here, a little bit different choreography. With the inhale, we're going to bring the left arm up to the ceiling. And stay there as you exhale. Let the shoulder blade and the shoulder joint settle down to the floor. And then keep the shoulder on the floor as you inhale and stretch the arm up overhead. And then with the exhale, lower your left arm back down all the way to the side. And we'll do the same thing with the right arm. Inhale, right arm straight up to the ceiling. And then stay and relax and settle the shoulder blade, the bone into the shoulder socket. Inhale and stretch the right arm up overhead. Keep the shoulder blade on the floor. And then exhale, lower the right arm back down all the way to the side. I want to do that again. And if you're focusing on your inhale or your exhale, add that awareness in here. Inhale, lift the left arm to the ceiling. And then exhale, stay there and relax the shoulder down. So if you're bringing calmness, you just pause briefly after that exhale. Inhale, stretch the arm all the way overhead. If you're bringing enlivening, you're going to pause briefly after the inhale. And then exhale, bring the arm all the way down to the floor at your side. And we'll do the same thing with the right arm. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Pause as appropriate. Stay, exhale, drop the shoulder. Keep the shoulder down as you inhale. Reach the right arm up overhead. And then exhale, lower your arm all the way down to the side. And we'll do it one more time with each arm. Inhale, float the left arm to the ceiling. And exhale, settle the shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches all the way up overhead. Shoulder stays down. And exhale, lower the left arm all the way down to the side. And same thing with the right arm. Inhale, float to vertical. And stay and exhale, settle. Inhale, stretch the right arm all the way up overhead. And exhale, lower your right arm down to your side. Relax the breath and observe. And then let's bring the knees into the chest. We'll take a twist, and I'd like you to continue in your own mode, whichever is appropriate, to pause briefly after inhale, to bring more energy into the mind, the body, or pause after the exhale to bring more steadiness, more groundedness. If you're feeling well balanced, inhale and exhale equal lengths. So we inhale and bring the arms out to shoulder height or comfortably wide at the side. Exhale, now both knees are going to drop over to the left side. You can support your right knee. Find a comfortable place for your right shoulder, and then 6 breaths on your own. Emphasize the phase of the breath that will help you get to a more balanced, centered state of being. You're pausing after inhale. You're going to feel your ribs expanding. If you're pausing after exhale, you want to feel both the belly to the spine and the right shoulder dropped. And if you're inhaling and exhaling in equal length, the samana ratio, you can of course add a small pause after each. Just a little pause, 1 or 2 seconds. When you're done with your 6 breaths, bring both knees into the chest. Pause for a moment there. Let everything relax. Check that you're relaxed in the face and the feet, shoulders and the belly. As soft as possible in the hips. And as you're ready, I'd like you to exhale, please, into the twist onto the right side. And again, 6 breaths at your own comfortable pace, but emphasize as appropriate the inhale to energize, to wake up, to become more alert, or the exhale to calm down, to be grounded, to have less agitation. Or a samana, equal ratio, to maintain a good equilibrium. And when you finish your 6 breaths, come onto your back. Knees folded into the chest. You can either touch them with your hands or rest the arms on the floor. Relax there. Soften, relax the feet, the ankles. As easy and as possible in the hips. Soft in the belly. Relaxed up the back and the shoulders, out to the hands, relax in the throat, the jaw, the forehead. Relaxing the breath. Mind observant. Do you still feel the same way you felt when we started? And let's slowly bring one foot and then the other to the floor. Roll to the side. And come up to stand on your knees. I'm going to work one arm at a time, sweeping arm Vajrasana with a head turn. We'll begin with the right hand on the back. With the inhale, take the left arm out to the side and up. Lift the chest, open the throat gently. Exhale, bend forward, bring your left hand to your back and turn your head till you look to the right. And then inhale, right arm out to the side and up. Stand up tall, lift the chest, gently open the throat. Exhale, bend down. Right hand coming to the lower back, face turning to the left. Again, left arm. Inhale, out and up. So if you're pausing after inhale, take that moment. Exhale, left hand to the back as you fold forward. Turn the face right, and if you're pausing after exhale, take that moment. Inhale, right arm out to the side and up and lift. And bend down again. Bring the right hand onto the back and look to the left. I'd like you to do each arm 3 more times. So really internal focus. Emphasize the phase of the breath that will serve you this morning. You're always turning your head away from the arm that you're lowering. And then you'll be looking at the hand that you're lifting. Twice more with each arm. When you do the right arm for the final time, just bring it to the back without bending forward. And then you can release both arms to the sides. Relax the breath. As you're ready, we're coming up to a standing position. Coming to Samastiti at the back of the mat. Feeling the feet reaching down into the floor, through the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, the center of the heel. Lifted and tall without the chest being thrust forward artificially. Shoulders relaxed, breastbone is open. Very top of the head towards the ceiling. Remember that drops your chin down and retracts your ears a little bit. In all cases, when we're in a standing pose, we want to have a good, steady base through the feet. We're going to do a forward bend variation, and I want to remind you not to displace your weight back into the hips. Your heels shouldn't start to bear all the weight. We want to bear the weight on the front and back of the foot consistently the whole time. So you're always anchored and balanced at the root. More chance that we'll be able to bring that sense up into the body if we keep it at our foundation. So you can continue with your bhavana of increasing the feeling of energizing by pausing briefly after your inhale, by emphasizing the inhale. That would mean making sure that your chest is really open. You can emphasize the qualities of grounding and calming and staying steady by making sure that your exhale really comes from your belly. You take a little pause after each exhale. Or even inhale and exhale. We're trying to move always towards that sense of equilibrium. With the inhale, float the arms forward and up. And then with the exhale, we're going to bend just halfway forward with a flat back, hands coming to the sacrum. So flat back, and then stay for the inhale. Feel the breath move down the center of the body. Then with exhale, relax into the forward bend. Let your head hang. And inhale, extend the arms all the way forward so they're framing your ears and come up to the top. You might find you need to bend your knees. Exhale a little bit as you come up in order to not displace into the heels. I'm going to do that 5 more times. Inhale, arms float forward and up. Exhale, fold in half to the flat back position. Hands on the sacrum, and stay while you inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in, fold forward, relax the neck and shoulders. And inhale, reach the arms forward so they're next to your ears. Come up, keeping the feet balanced on the floor. Exhale, arms lower down the front. I'm going to take you through that one more time, and then I want you to try it on your own so you can really move at the pace of your own breath. Inhale, arms float forward and up. With the exhale, fold halfway down, flat back, hands to the back, and stay with the inhale. Looking at your toes, please. Exhale, hang down fully, relax the neck. And inhale, arms go forward, keep even on your feet as you come all the way to the top. And from the belly, exhale, arms down, relax the shoulders. So try that 3 more times, move at the pace of your own comfortable long breath, accentuating inhale and or exhale as is appropriate for your state this morning. It's not always the same. How are you this morning? 3 times. Two more repetitions. When you're done, relax your breathing. Check back in internally. You can focus your gaze on one spot or close the eyes. Draw the senses inward, noticing what's going on inside. And you may have observations about the physical effects, and then observations about the energetic effect. I just want to say that, the sutras say that we should work on being content. So this middle ground that we're trying to cultivate is not blank or beige. It's content. We should feel fine. It's not that we don't want to feel good, just not too far off the spectrum. So that's sattva, that middle quality. Is pleasant. You should want to be there. Okay, we're going to work on Virabhadrasana and Parsvottanasana in a little flowing vinyasa. Place your hands on your hips. Turn the right toes a little out and bring the left foot forward. We're just going to go back and forth between the back bend of Virabhadrasana and the forward bend of Parsvottanasana. Again, emphasize the moment that will help you come to balance. Do you need a little bit more uplift? Then emphasize the moment when we're up in the posture with the back bend and the heart lifted. Do you need to be settled? Emphasize the moment when we're folded forward. It's going to take some concentration to stay balanced there. Okay, we're going to do 6 times in succession. Inhale, bring the arms forward and up and bend the front knee. Even though we're bringing the arms forward, though, keep the elbows soft. Let the chest lift. And then with the exhale, we're going to straighten the left leg and bend down to meet it. Now you might straighten it all the way or just a little bit. And then we're going to lift up again. Bend the left knee, raise the upper body. And exhale, straighten the left leg. Maybe not all the way. Maybe you'll touch the floor, maybe the leg. It doesn't really matter. Inhale, come up, open the chest. And exhale, bend down. Try to relax the neck and shoulders as you come to the forward bend. Do it 3 more times on your own. Follow your own breath. Pause where it's appropriate for you today. After the last one, we'll simply bring the arms down to the sides as we straighten the leg without bending over. Relax the breath. And bring your left foot back to meet the right foot. Take a moment to reground, to be centered and balanced here. Easy in the breath, feeling the 2 sides of the body. Notice the mind's ability, willingness to concentrate. Are you able to count those repetitions? Can you pay attention to the moment when you're intending to pause briefly? Can you remember the movements? Those are observations about your own mind. Okay, we'll do the other side. Hands on the hips, left toes a little bit out. Right leg forward. Connect through both feet. Relax the arms down. Make this as easeful and flowing as you can. Really use your legs when you're coming back up, so your back doesn't have to take so much of the burden. We'll do it 6 times, and you're pausing as appropriate, moving at your own pace. Inhale, arms come forward and up as you bend the front knee. Keep the arms soft. And then exhale, straighten the leg and come down. Straighten all the way or part way, reach to the floor or to the leg. Inhale and come up. Or you can even reach to the lower back. And exhale, bend down. So go 3 more times on your own. And after you've had that final forward bend, you'll lift up and then exhale, bring the arms to the sides without bending forward, straighten the front leg, relax the shoulders. And then bring the right foot back to meet the left foot. Samastiti. Equal standing pose. Sama stiti. Equal and steady. So notice your internal environment. Where does it fall on that observation? Does it in fact feel balanced and steady? Or is it still skewing towards overactivity or inertia? You want to come down to all fours. 6 chakra vakasana. Once again, adjust your speed and your emphasis so that it suits what you need to accomplish this morning. With your inhale, bring the chest forward. You may be pausing here. And exhale, tuck your tail, pull your belly in. Make sure that your elbows relax. And you may be pausing here. And do it 5 more times. Feeling the front of the body open as you come up to all fours. And the lower back and neck stretch as you move your hips back towards your heels. And do it 3 more times. When you're done, stay in the child's pose. Take a moment there. And then we'll turn to the back. Coming on to the back, lying with your knees bent, feet in line with your sit bones. Arms at the sides, we're preparing for Dvipada Pidam, the desk pose, pelvic lift. Take a moment to reorient to the back lying position. Feel your feet, the back of the pelvis. Relax the shoulders. Rest onto the center of the back of the head. No pillow behind your head right now because we're going to raise the hips. And we're simply moving up and down 6 times, continuing to pause as appropriate, emphasizing the inhale or the exhale, or you can do an even breathing ratio if you're feeling good and balanced. With the inhale, lift the hips and stretch the arms up and back. You should feel the back of the neck lengthening, the chest opening, the hips stretching, the front thighs, I mean by that. And then exhale, come down slowly. And roll through the lower back. Keep the back of the neck long, relax the shoulders. Do it 5 more times. When you're done, relax the breath. Again, settle into the floor. And bring your knees to your chest. If it's easy for you to leave your arms down on the floor, you can do that. If you naturally want to have your hands on your legs when the knees are to the chest, do that. We're going to raise one arm and the opposite leg. Get your settled, like a feeling in the middle of the tailbone. We're going to keep the back of the pelvis down on the mat. Here you could put something behind your head if your neck feels strained. Put a little folded towel behind the head. Continue with your own internal practice. Lengthen, focus where necessary. With the inhale, we're going to lift just the left arm to the floor behind you and the right foot to the ceiling. And then with the exhale, the right knee bends, the left arm comes down. And then we switch to the other side. Right arm and left leg stretch up. Right arm going all the way back to the floor behind you if that's comfortable. And exhale, lower back down. You can even let your feet come to the floor in between if it's hard to keep your knees into your chest. Inhale, left arm and right leg. Stretch up. And exhale, arm down, knee bends. And then inhale, right arm and left leg. Stretch up. And exhale, arm down and knee bends. Do each set, each pair, one more time. And then we pause and relax a moment with the knees to the chest. Again, if it's natural for your hands to come onto the legs, then do that. If it's comfortable for your arms to stay on the floor, do that. In either case, relax the feet, relax the hips, the belly, shoulders, and face. Okay, I'm going to roll to the side and prepare to put the legs up the wall using the blanket, folded blanket under the hips as you like. So find a piece of wall. A doorway is a good option if you have not much free wall space. And we're going to move towards the wall. It doesn't have to be too close, a foot or two away from the wall. If your hamstrings are tight, be farther away from the wall. Have the blanket handy, and if you decide you don't want to use the blanket, you can just keep your hips down on the floor, that's fine. So we're going to come onto the back and place the feet up on the wall with the knees bent to begin. And get yourself settled there. If you're going to place the blanket behind your hips, you should not have anything behind your head. But if you're keeping your hips down and you're more comfortable with something behind your head, then you can do that. So if you want to go into the hip raise, it's a little bit more inversion effect. You're going to use an exhale, push your feet into the wall and roll your hips up off the mat and bring the blanket under the pelvis. So you want the folded edge of the blanket at the top of the pelvic crest. And once you're settled on your blanket, you're going to extend the legs up the wall. Bring the arms comfortably at your sides. Take a moment to get settled there. And once you're comfortable, let the eyes close. So no strain. If there's any strain in having the hips up, just lie on the floor without that elevation. Now return to your internal observation. What's the internal energy like? Is the mind buzzing and moving and thinking and evaluating and analyzing a lot? If so, emphasize the exhale. Is the mind heavy and tired? Is the mood low? If so, emphasize the inhale. Does the internal environment feel rather quiet and still without being heavy? If so, equal inhale and exhale. We're going to do 6 raises of the arms here. So emphasize the breath, the portion of the breath that will serve you, bring you towards balance. For 6 repetitions, inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up overhead to the floor behind. Pause if that's a good place for you to pause. And then exhale, bring the arms down. If you need more groundedness, you're going to pause with the breath out. Make sure your shoulders relax as you do that. Do that 5 more times. Again, you're moving at the pace of your own breath, inserting the pause wherever it's comfortable. You might be working with an equal inhale and exhale with a small pause after both. Keep your face relaxed and your eyes closed. When you're done with the 6, we're going to remain just a few more minutes here, a couple more minutes. Simply relaxing into the position, letting the breath move at its own pace. Keeping the mind focused inwardly. And if one of the extreme manifestations is still happening for you, if you still feel very agitated or excited, if you can't keep your eyes closed, if your eyes are blinking a lot, you might try to lengthen your exhale. Or if you're falling asleep, then please lengthen your inhale. Otherwise, just let the breath flow and watch it. Now I'm going to prepare to leave the inversion. I will bend the knees so that the bottoms of the feet are on the wall again. And use the strength of your exhale to help you support the hips up off of the blanket, and then lower your hips down to the floor. We're going to finish with Apanasana, so if you are comfortable right where you are, you can just stay here for 6 slow knee hugs. Or if you want to get back on your mat and prepare for Shavasana before you do the movement, you can do that too. We're drawing the knees to the chest slowly with the exhale. Taking a moment. Moving the knees slowly away from the chest, slowly. Take a moment. So 6 times on your own. As you're done with those, you can move into final relaxation. Finding a comfortable supine position, lying on your back with the legs comfortably spread. The arms relaxed wide at the side. The length of the body relaxing down into the support of the floor. Breath now is completely relaxed. Mind continues to observe inwardly. Include in that observation if there's any moments when the breath simply pauses of its own accord. If so, sink deeply into those brief moments of complete stillness. If the mind is active, bring it back. It can notice all of the physical details of the body. If the mind is sleepy, follow the breath intently. Stay awake. Don't miss this. This is your few minutes of complete relaxation for today, so be alert to it. Feel your body at rest. Notice where the mind is. Gently bring a full inhale in, and as you're ready, reach your arms up overhead. Stretch long. And then again, as you're ready, the knees come to the chest. Gently stretch your back. And roll to the right side and just pause for a moment there. And then come to a comfortable seat. I'll work with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. You might want to blow your nose before we begin. And if the nostrils are too plugged, of course you can't do this breathing, so don't strain yourself. If the nostrils are plugged, you can just do a simple Ujjayi breath. You can also imagine breathing in one and breathing out the other in the same pattern that we'll be doing with the hand. It's actually quite effective. So if one nostril doesn't want to cooperate with the alternate nostril, please don't strain to do it. You can do it mentally or just use a good Ujjayi breath. That's always useful. Okay, so we'll use the right hand to bow. We're going to cover the right nostril. Bring, with the thumb, bring the ring finger up to the cartilage of the left nostril. If this is confusing, just do alternate nostril without the partial blockage. That's fine too. We'll begin by inhaling left. And then we switch the hands and exhale out through the right. And stay, inhale right. Switch the hand and exhale out through the left. That's one round. Inhale left. And exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Find your own rhythm. That was 2 rounds. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. So 3 more rounds, please, on your own. Let the breath lengthen like a long, thin silk thread. Take your time. Pause a little bit between each portion of the breath. you're done, make sure that you're exhaling on your left to finish. We're going to sit quietly for a couple minutes, connecting down through your sit bones, lengthening up through the crown, softening in the chest and shoulders. Relax the belly and just let the breath move at its own pace. Long, short, deep, shallow, doesn't matter now. We're observing. Observe the 3 levels of your being. Feel how your body is. Notice what the breath does. And then finally end your observations with the mind, noticing if it's active or calm or heavy. We'll sit for about 2 more minutes with those internal observations. Bring the hands to the Anjali Mudra at the heart center. May you be in peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be healed. May you be a source of healing for all beings. Namaste. Thank you for being here this morning. I hope that you will take a moment to reflect on the way you feel now compared with the way you felt at 9 o'clock. It's information. So please remember that what goes up must come down, and vice versa, thankfully. But we're aiming for contentment, evenness, peacefulness, stillness. It's not stillness with inertia or heaviness to it. We do still want activity in our lives, but not frenetic, hyper, agitated, anxiety-ridden activity. So striving for that sense of balance And even more important, keeping the awareness that the internal environment is the place where you have complete control. So, here we go. Namaste, be well. It's been beautiful snow this whole time, so I think I'm going to take a snowshoe on my break. Okay. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye.